What's up, guys? And in today's video we're doing a 2025 setup tour, and it's because it's been about a year and 2 months since I did my last one, and I think a good amount has changed. So let's get right into the video. First we have a little dresser, right? And then you know what that is, hopefully. And then, because I'm not gonna say it, because if you know, you know. Then we got a Roku Wi-Fi 6E router, TV right here. Honestly, don't even use it that much because whenever I do use it or could use it, it's really late, and a lot of times I'm just tired. So anyways, moving on, we gotta have a backpack because school actually starts tomorrow. My bag's actually empty right now, but yeah, school starts tomorrow. It's currently Wednesday, August 13th. I hope to try and maybe get this video out tomorrow, but I'm already working on another video that I gotta finish. So hopefully I can get this video out tomorrow. I kind of want it to be. And then we have a Chromebook right here. I got my schedule because I can't use my phone for my schedule this year because my state banned phones. No, I'm not in Texas, I'll say that, because I think Texas was like the biggest state that banned them. But yeah, I'm not gonna say my state, but yeah, my state banned phones, and that kind of sucks because I was trying to do some IRL content, maybe some like day in the life stuff involving school. But now they banned phones, so I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do with that. If you want to take a look at my schedule, it's kind of mid. My lunch says 11:30, right? But this is on a late start day, and that means that my lunch on a normal day is 10:20. So I might as well not even eat breakfast when I leave the house. That's gonna suck. And then we have my Bible, journal under it, and then a book I'm reading under that. Then we have my disc golf bag. I go disc golfing with friends a lot, like basically every week, maybe twice every week. And then I got a water bottle, which I think is the same one I had in last year's setup tour. And then I have a speaker that I sometimes use when I'm showering. Wow, I just blanked very hard. It's actually my brother's, but I've never seen him use it once, so I kind of just stole it. And then we have a controller that I actually modded. I took the back of my brother's controller has like crazy drift. It's a purple controller, obviously, and I put it on that. Looks kind of clean. I have wow, I can't talk. Some control freaks on it. And then we got my PC right there, but we'll get into that later. We have some keycaps, PlayStation sign, and like last year, I said something about never using this, and I still actually don't. But at least it looks cool. I mean, you can turn on the lights. I don't actually use the lights, but it looks pretty cool. And then these are two new boxes. We have an iPhone 13 Pro Max box and a AirPod Pro box. These are both my dad's old ones, but he kept the boxes, so I thought I might as well take the boxes. And then we have an Intel Core i9-14900K box, which is actually new, and that is now on my PC. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But moving on, we have a third monitor, which is actually brand new. Well, maybe not brand new, the monitor itself, but you get the point. So basically, my dad, he had to get a new monitor mount so he could have dual monitors, but he ended up having to order like 3 different ones before he got the right one. And then he returned one, but then he kept this one. And then I walked into my room one day and found the box sitting right there. So I assumed that he was letting me keep this one. And then I stole my brother's monitor, and he didn't like that, so I had to give his monitor back. And then I had to take my mom's monitor that I've literally seen my grandma use more when she's over like every 2 months or whatever. So I thought I'd keep it. But anyways, moving on, we have this Mayano Caster C2 Neo, I think is what it's called. Something like that. It's an audio mixer, right? I have an XLR mic this year to actually use with it. So we'll get into that a little bit later. And then we have my arm sleeve, right? Because I can't aim without it. I'm an awful aimer. And then we have a new mouse, which is, it's got the grip tape on the side. It's the Logitech, wow, I'm blanking so hard. The Logitech G Pro Super Light. It's a great mouse. I love it so much more than my glorious Model O wireless that I had before. Also, new headphones. These are the HyperX Cloud 3s. Funny story about that. The only reason that I got these was because one time I set my headphones on my desk like that, just that light and everything. But then when I came back, the headphone band had like snapped like right here. Somehow, I don't know what happened, but I put my headphones back on my head and they were hanging off on the left side. So I don't know what happened there, but I got new headphones. It was right around Christmas time, so I had Christmas money, and these headphones are great. Honestly, probably would have upgraded to these eventually, and I highly recommend them. A lot of pros use them. They even come with a mic that goes like right here or something, but I don't have that because I have an actual mic. And the mic is honestly really good. I think Mero and Vino use it, so Fortnite Pros, right? And then we have the Clicks glasses. I know I'm a nerd. I'm gonna see if I can get it to focus, but it's a little, if you can see a little bit of marking, that is the Clicks text or whatever. Then we have a $20 mouse pad. I don't know if this is new. I think I might have had it in last year's setup, but I honestly need to wash it because look at that. Oh no. But anyways, just a $20 mouse pad off Amazon. It's great. $20 cheap, right? Then we have, I think this is a new keyboard as of last year's setup tour. It's the Apex Pro TKL9. So it's not the best one, but it's still really good and it's a lot better than my RK61. Then we have a new phone charger. It's 3-in-1, so it charges my watch, my phone, and then my AirPods right here. Then we have the same mic arm from last year, but I moved it in front of me. I don't know why I never did that, but because before I had it running over my monitors and it wasn't even close to me, so I don't know what I was thinking there. But now I have an actual XLR mic, so I can use my audio mixer, that's the name, to the fullest. And it's the Fifine, like, I don't know the name, but it's a Fifine mic. If you go on Amazon, look up Fifine mic or just XLR mic, it's probably gonna show up because I think it's really popular. And then we have two like batteries right here that I just use, and I have more than this, but these two I just use the most because they're the most convenient, right? Because this one has a charger built in, this one just magnets on the back of my phone, I guess. And it's the most wow, holy, I can't talk. They're the two most convenient ones, and yeah, I just have this charging at all times, so I can just grab one and then leave, right? Stream Deck right there. Very helpful. I have mine set to mute in Discord, deafen in Discord, stream manager, which is actually up there. Wait, what the heck? There it is. And then basically I can see my stream, make sure it's running well. I can see my chat, I can update the information, and I have the activity feed. So if someone gifts or something, gifts a sub, stuff like that, follow those, right? I can see that. And then, so mute and deafen in Discord. And then if you go over to my OBS, I think we're on screen capture right now, which is just my game. If we go to game capture, it's only my game capture, not anything else on my screen. And then we can go to webcam, which is just my webcam. And then my webcam is right there, which we'll get into that later because as you can see, it is now taped on the wall. And on this monitor, I didn't really go into depth on what I keep on here, but normally it's just my Apple Music or Discord in this bottom half, and then my OBS on top. And it's honestly great because on this monitor, I kind of have to have this taking up the entire screen because of how big everything needs to be. But on this, I can kind of keep two things at once, and it's really nice. And then this monitor is just a random Vizio TV from like 2012 or something, I don't know. And then right here, you can see my monitor webcam, my bad, I'm stupid. It is now taped to the wall. Before it was like on my monitor sitting right here. Also, this monitor is like a Scepter 240 hertz monitor. I forgot to say that. It's pretty good. Pretty basic 240 hertz monitor, but it's also pretty cheap, so can't really complain. 240 hertz is 240 hertz, right? Then we got webcam right here, and it used to be right here like I was saying, but now it is taped to the wall so I can get that better. In my opinion, it's honestly a better angle because you can kind of see my face better, and it's not like as zoomed in on my face. You don't really just see my forehead because I'll put a screenshot on screen. But last year, like in some of my videos, like it was literally you were just staring at my forehead. It looked huge. I didn't like that, of course. So anyways, I moved it right there. And also on this back right here, you can see this ambient lighting. This is from some Govee light bars that I got that come with some like tape that you can put to the back on your monitor. And it just kind of gives some nice ambient lighting. It looks a lot better when my setup is fully lit up with these LED lights that go all across my room, right? But obviously I don't have this on right now because it's daytime. It's like 3 p.m. And yeah, so I'm just trying to get this video out by tomorrow maybe, but I honestly probably can't because yeah. Oh, also, I forgot to go through the PC. That's actually kind of crazy. So I have the NZXT H510 Elite. This is my phone case and my wallet just sitting here. I have my wallet normally hanging off the side because it gets stuck because it's a magnet. It's a really strong magnet, so I normally have it hanging off the side. So if I need to go anywhere, I'm sitting at my desk, I just go grab it, right? Put it on the back of my phone. But if it's, you know, over here, like you saw, it's kind of hard to grab because the magnet is like really strong. What the heck? And then, so anyways, back to the PC. This is the NZXT H510 Elite. It's a really good case. It came with two fans, one up here, one back here, and then these two fans, which are RGB fans. And then it also came with the NZXT like fan controller in the back as well. And then one new addition to the setup, or to the PC this year, is this NZXT RGB fan cooler, right? It's a lot better than my old one because that was just the included Intel i5 CPU cooler, and it was not that great, especially because I'm now on an i9 14900K, which is brand new. I had it on a deal, and I know what you're gonna say. You have it with a 3060. Yeah, that's imbalanced as heck, but Fortnite is actually more of a CPU intensive game, so might as well go all out on the CPU. It was also on sale for like 150 off, so you can't really pass that up. And then we have 2 more sticks of RAM this year, so now we're at 32 gigs of RAM instead of 16, and we have 2 terabytes of storage now instead of 1 terabyte. I know you can't really see that, but anyways, we have the 3060 12 gig, like I said already, and then the power supply's down there. Of course, it's like 650 watt. I honestly need to get a new power supply because if I ever upgrade my GPU, I'm gonna need a new power supply. And then also for the motherboard, you can't really see it because of the glare and stuff, right? But it's the MSI B660 motherboard. And yeah, my PC is low-key, like, really good. It gets a consistent 240 FPS in Fortnite. And I think that's mostly the CPU. I honestly need a new CPU cooler because that CPU heats up my room by a good 20 degrees. Or at least, realistically, it probably heats it up by a good 5 degrees, which you don't think is that much. But at night when you're going to bed, it's a huge difference, and it honestly makes me struggle to sleep sometimes because it's just that hot. And I have my ceiling fan going on most of the time. I guess I don't have it going on right now, and then my box fan over there going on all the time. As you can see, I'm also a Cowboys fan. I shouldn't really say that because I honestly haven't watched a single game within like the past 2 years. But I'm gonna probably start. I've been getting into sports lately. I mean, I've always been a competitive person, right? But I've always sucked at every single sport except for Fortnite, if you want to even count that. I know that's like different because that's esports, right? But I love basketball. I suck at basketball. And then yeah, I don't even watch football, but I think I'm gonna try and get into it this year because I don't know, something's changed, right? But anyways, that's basically my setup. I don't think I missed anything. If I missed anything, please tell me in the comments. I'm trying to do more IRL content, but I don't know if I said this earlier. I don't know if that was a different take of this video because this is taking me like 3 times to record it. This is gonna be the final one, but my state banned phones this year, so I don't know what I'm gonna do for IRL content because I said I was gonna do IRL content or try to. So I don't know because, I mean, yeah, I could still do IRL content, but I feel like school is just such a big part of the day. It's kind of hard to, if you skip that, there's not as much going on. But anyways, come to my Twitch, MKFN10. I'm live almost every single day, and that's basically a wrap for the video. So thank you all for watching this. God loves you. Goodbye.